you guys doing? Hang on just a second here. I don't have that many hands. Probably should go to the hospital, but yeah, not happening. Sorry guys, I'm just about done here. I'll give that a hold for a little bit. Throw some super glue in it here in a minute. The only thing I had was like JB Super Weld or Gorilla Glue, so I'm gonna have to find some super glue. Let me move you guys so I can actually see stuff. Let's see who's here. Yeah, blood all over my pants, blood all over my shirt. Twas a rough day today. Medic, how we doing? Me, Steve, Craig, what's up, buddy? Dang, Jared's on it. You were first. You the man. Walk Tall's here. I bleed tree sap. Oh wait, that's just tree. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. It was You ever have them days where you want to call it a horrible day, you want to call it a bad day, you want to call it one of the worst days you ever had, but at the same time, you're home, nothing got damaged, and no one got hurt. Besides, you know, I cut my hands when I'm outside all the time, so that's nothing out of the norm, but yeah, it was a rough one. We got up this morning. That's when I figured I'd go through everything that happened today. A quick overview with you guys. I just walked in the door. You can see I'm disgusting. Actually, I don't look as dirty in this light, but hey, that's good. Yeah, I just walked in the door, so figured I'd do a quick live for you guys, and then I will get to work on the next video. But we had some mishaps today. First it was raining. You know, it was nasty. We ended up driving quite a ways to get to the job that we were gonna do. Cape Cod, how are you, buddy? Let's see, we'll call you Nate. Right on. Andrew's here. What's up, bud? Brent and Jeremy. Right on. Awesome. Yeah, it was raining pretty good when we got up, and I thought maybe it was gonna let up, but it didn't really let up. We got to the job. There was a pretty good sized dead elm tree. Seemed like it probably caught Dutch elm's disease. Was shedding its bark like severely to where it would come off in like 10-15 foot sections. So we had that to take down. It was over the top of a cyclone fence, and it was with a shitload of cedars and other trees. So it was just a complete pain as far as the spot where it was at. But next to it, there was also another dead elm tree. It didn't even have a lick of bark left on it, and it had a broken top in it. The top was hanging in it, but it was broke all the way out. So it was raining pretty good. So I decided, well, what I'll do first is we'll take care of that hanger and that one there. And we were only, as far as the job went, the customer only wanted me to take the top out. But I thought, well, I'll help him out, and I'll go ahead and just fault the tree because the tree looks really bad, and it was all side weight, is all that it had. And I lassoed the top, which was hanging in there, with the rest of the tree, and you know, pulled it all together. So as we started to work it, I probably left 3 inch hinge at least, maybe 3.5. It was thick, and I hit it once with a wedge. It lifted and it just snapped and went sideways. Laid up in another tree, but it was okay because we knew that as long as it didn't go backwards on us, we weren't gonna hit the fence. So we were moving in the right direction. It just it hung up like crazy. The hinge didn't work at all. It fell sideways. So we changed our game plan immediately. We made our way through that one. Soaking wet then because we're walking through a bunch of underbrush and everything, and of course it holds all the water, and so does the cedar trees until a good wind gust comes. So I go through all that. We get that done, and now it's time to get in the big tree. And so I get up into it, and like I said, it's shedding a ton of bark. It's soaking wet outside, so my hands are all soggy and wet. And at some point, my hand hit a stop and just gashed my hand wide open to the point I needed to come down because I was pouring too much blood. And basically, my finger is throbbing like crazy right now because I had the circulation cut off with black tape so I could go back up the tree and finish. But the first limb that I tried to speed line, I broke the top out of the tree, which half of the top was what I was tied into. So the limb below it's what we were speed lining, and as soon as I heard it snap, I knew, oh my god. I was gonna lanyard into that limb, and I'm glad that I didn't. And I'm glad that just the limb itself failed, but I kind of had a backup for it. A lot of times I'll base anchor if I feel like the limb itself is weak. Then I want to be at a high point on a fork. I'll throw the limb or the rope up through the fork, wrap a twist around the tree, and then bring it down so that it's base anchored. So we got lucky. I had a feeling something like that, could happen. So I have my speed line straps. I have my camera hooked up to the limb that we're speed lining off of, and it broke everything out of the tree all at once. Should make for some good footage for you guys, but because I had it backed up like that and ran the line down to below that fork and anchored there, it allowed that piece, the way I had it twisted around it, it kept it like a half hitch on it. It rode the line down. I don't think Jake really realized what had even happened. He just seen that both two huge limbs just now made it over the cedar trees and were in the yard. Until I explained to him that, hey, you have my camera, you have my speed line straps, and you have the rest of this top. So, kind of freaked me out, but I guess him being worried about it made me instantly go calm, like it was no big deal. My heart was racing like crazy, and I thought, wow, I could have just broke the tying point out too. Uh, I wanted to tie into that limb because it was the better of the two, but at the same time, I knew that I was going to be doing rigging off of that limb, and I always am an advocate as far as tying in where you tie in. I don't ever think it's a good idea to tie in where you rig from. Most trees have enough forks that you gotta have something else you could tie into. There's gotta be somewhere. I understand it with like pine trees and stuff that don't have any crotches or anything in them, but if you can avoid tying into what you're rigging off of, you should. Because the rain and everything, every limb, the loose bark that was on it, it was a sponge. It had soaked up every bit of water. I bet every limb was 2 to 3 times heavier than it probably normally was, because when I got underneath the cedars and got on some of the limbs, they were just as light as a feather. The rest of the stuff up towards the top and everything else I was cutting, it was just so heavy. So, yeah, then of course GPS gets us lost on the way home. The customer was great. I mean, that was the job I was telling you guys I was hoping that we'd end up getting. It was quite a drive to go get it. He was a great guy, and then he's like, "Oh, I messed up," and he didn't think he had the money on him to pay me, and he ran around like a madman to get it together. So he was a good customer, really good customer. I was glad we were able to do the job and then, help him out at the same time, do that rest of that tree. And then I didn't know what kind of chainsaw he had, so I always try to help a customer out, because if you think about it from the customer's point of view, they pay you to come do a job. You take down a tree and you cut some stuff up. Let's say you just have that log section that's left there, but the customer said he would take care of it. I figure if I have my saw out, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that, because I want that customer to be happy from then on with what I did. So I totally understand. Like, let's say I took my truck to go have new tires put on. Okay, they put all the tires on the rims and everything, and my truck's sitting on Fort Jackson. I say I want to put the rims back on, but I strip some lug nuts out, and I get all pissed off at them because they should have just done this for the same price. So I think of that like as the customer, if he gets out here and let's say he's only got a 170 or something, and he's got to cut this whole log into firewood, I don't want him out there like these jerks could have cut the rest of this. Maybe he won't do that, but at the same time, if he does, then he, in his mind, I went from being this awesome guy to, I don't know if I recommend him. So I guess I always try to give a little extra, and not only did I give a little extra work, I basically shed half my blood all over the place too. So we got Brent. I'm doing all right, Brent. Jeremy, what's up, Steelborn? Here from Georgia. Right on. Jeffrey, what's up, man? You guys been in anything real cool? August was talking about a top that you blew out the other day that you just like sniped it, Jaden style. BR, what's up, buddy? And the video coming up with Leaning Oak. I have almost all of that done. I would say it will be up at the latest tomorrow. Scott, what's up, buddy? BR, Scott BR, Nate. Oh damn, glad you're all right. Other than the finger, yeah. Heck, I got like 9 more of them, so it'll be all right. At least it wasn't a thumb. Can you imagine not having a thumb? That would kind of suck. Cold and wet makes for a long day. Adds stress level, yeah. Yeah. You go to, I guess you get somewhat, I got somewhat complacent. At the same time, the fact that it may not be the best on my nerves, but I'm that guy that's gonna play every bad scenario out in my head to see if it's worthy of using. So, and I didn't even tell you guys, okay? We ended up, okay, I had nowhere to rig. I could not speed line. We speed lined some of them, but they're none of the top. I couldn't speed line. So I can't climb out on it. I used the zigzag today, Jared, in the rain, and I quickly realized that if I'm going to use it, I'm going to climb off a micro pulley, or you have to have a cam beam saver, especially like when the weather's like that. So, but we ended up. I almost just want to let you guys see it before I tell you. But we ended up doing um, snap cuts, and like I'd undercut the limb, let it pressurize itself. Then when I hit the back strap, as it would pop, and at the second of it popping and being completely disconnected, I would connect the line in the middle of that limb, and Jake would yank the line out of midair and take the limb. We were free falling them, but pulling them during a free fall, because if you do it right, you'll get that, that you make your undercut, the limb pressurizes, and you can see it. It's just sitting there and just ugh. So then, bam! As soon as you hit that back strap, the limb says pow, and pops up, and before it gets a chance to get in the cedars or go down on the cyclone fence, Jake would pull them out. So probably not the most technical technique to be using, but and probably something I wouldn't use very much, really ever. But I found myself in a situation today where I was throwing tools out of the toolbox to dig in the very bottom of it to find that technique that was going to work today, because my fancy normal techniques had left me astray, kind of goofed me up. So yeah, that'll be, because the customer even wants to see the video. I'll finish this one with that lean and oak, and then I'll go straight into this one, because it should make for some good footage, I think. So, and I think it being wet, my hands being kind of pruny, and I don't like gloves because I have big ass hands, and you put a glove on that, then my hands are even bigger, and it's so hard for me to get my big ass hands into top handle saws as it is. So my hands were all pruny, and I guess my skin just ripped, shredded open. Then when I got back, I had to find where I cut my hand. I couldn't find it, so I don't even know what cut me. I just know I gashed open, and then I was pouring. It was a faucet, and then I made a mess all over the place and had to clean it up, because I mean, who wants to hire a guy and it look like a murder happened when he leaves? So. Close your bottle before your stuff evaporates. Oh, yeah. That's probably one of my best investments. Between that and my Band-Aids, I've ran through the biggest box of Band-Aids already. Just probably since January. Yeah, he always tried to do a little bit extra, Jared, for a good customer. I mean, and he could have, if I'm being straight up, we just went over this whole bit where you get a signed contract. You have to get a signed contract. And I went and did that job with no contract again. Yeah, I had a feeling that he was a good guy. And so, because we were always so far apart, I was in my hometown. Then I would go to his, which was about 45 minutes away. Then he was working in my hometown while I'm at his house. So I just recorded everything on speakerphone, since I didn't have a signature of the agreement and everything. And then he ran himself mad paying me, but he was a good guy. I realized I put myself in a situation there that could have been bad, but because I was working for a good person, it wasn't. So. Get to go trim a maple tomorrow. Right on. Right on. What kind of maple? You in a hard maple or soft? As far as deadwooding, lifting, eating supper. I stuffed some McDonald's down my throat on my way home. I've been eating healthy. Besides, you're so skinny you can't afford to lose too much. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I bleed all the time when I'm out doing this, but this was more than it should have been. And then you get that painful throbbing that's deep down, like on the bone, and you know you cut yourself really bad. So, yeah. Yeah, that's how. I think I only had a couple limbs left when I ended up doing that. That was after I blew the top out. Luckily, I was on the back side of it, or it ripped me through, been screwed there. So, it was interesting trying the zigzag in the rain, too. Ryan, how we doing, buddy? Yep, yep, some is dead. Okay, right on, yeah. I think it's a red. Cool, cool. Yeah, I love them trees in the fall. They're just freaking awesome. I like to just drive around up here. We have such a good variety of trees. It's Missouri's, as far as a variety of trees, I think we have one of the wider varieties. We have a little bit from everywhere. A lady I was asked me I'm an aspen just the other day, which is not a normal tree for around here. She said she got it from Colorado. But I keep finding myself in these rotten ass dead trees here lately. I have a gunshot trauma kit on my saddle. Right on. You said gun. I thought you were going to talk about. No one's ever asked me about my shotgun that's sitting back here. I got it. My father-in-law gave me the nicest shotgun for my birthday this year. Apparently he had it and decided he didn't use it much, so come with an extra barrel. I guess it's for maybe skeet shooting, for hunting. I don't know. I'm not a really big gun advocate, but I like to hunt when I get a chance, which isn't very much. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was just looking at that gun and I thought it was cool. I'd like to get a trauma kit for my saddle. I should have one. I don't know why I don't already, but I did order two quickies, the quickie links, and as soon as I did that, then I finally got this stinking thing out of here, and Greg freaking rains on my parade and lets me know, hey, you can buy those through Tree Stuff. And I'm like, dude, I just made an order like 10 minutes ago. Are you serious right now? He says, yeah. And then he screenshots it and sends it to me. And it's only like $3. And I was already, I think, over the $100 mark, so it would have been free shipping. It was actually through Cheryl, but yeah. I'm thinking I can go to the hardware store and get me one of those, though. You guys see how bad that thing's stripped out? I don't know if you can actually see that. How deep in it is. There's no Allen wrench, there's no holes at all anymore. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, and I ordered. Wish I actually could have used it today. I used the recoil saw lander too. Pushing through, waiting for the weekend to get some ash trees taken down. Are you taking, Ryan, you taking some ash trees down at your place or something? Or you have a customer you're going to go take down for? Or you have somebody coming to your place to take them down? See, Melanie Snyder. Killer Tree Service saying, what's up, Steelborn? I love all your stuff. Keep up the good work. Awesome. Well, Kelly's Tree Service and Melanie, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But I haven't even took my boots off yet. I'm exhausted. So I'm gonna get off here. Just wanted to say howdy, but I believe it's about time to get these boots and stuff off. Let me catch up on comments. So if you squeeze one in right now, I answer. And I'm gonna make a wanted poster like that flashes in the background or a bunch of them for Kellen until I find out where he's at or her or him. I think it's a guy, but it's not many women that get on here. But yeah, I gotta get his address. Starts with a K. Kellen, I think. I think it's Kellen. I don't know. I gotta find him. I'm not gonna give up till I do. So you guys are gonna hear me say his name every time until he finally pops up here. And I'm gonna be like, I need your address, because I'm about to have no stickers and you still haven't gotten any. Hardware store replacement bolts. I recommend using left on paste on the bolt. Stops it from backing out. Right on. I was thinking maybe some plumber's tape, maybe a wrap of some plumber's tape or something, just just to tighten them threads up. But yeah, maybe I'll check for that stuff. Don't send it. I have ordered a rope wrench and 30 feet of tin. What? Are you sure, Jared? If I don't send this to you, then I feel like you just gave me something for free, and then I feel like a mooch. So if you won't let me send you that wrench, then I'll make it right somehow. I'm sure I got something cool. Protects it from. Hang on. I'm so puzzled that Jared just said that. Knee. Um. That's not normal. That's not normal. I mean, I'm gonna I'm gonna give you the rest of the evening, and you have my number. You let me know what to do. But if you need it at all, or you need, dude, I have some extra foot ascenders. I got an extra hand. I don't think I have a hand extender. I got something. We'll figure something out, or I'll take care of you as soon as I get any merch or something. We'll figure something out. Protects it from the vibration, still makes it removable under the right conditions. Right on. Customers, awesome. 2 different locations, 3 trees. Cool, cool. Yeah, just be careful. I mean, yeah, them ash trees when they're dead like that. If they're, if they are dead, just don't hold. They don't. They don't have any pull like wood fiber. That was our problem today, where the hinge broke out. There was no fiber to the tree. It was punky. Take a hacksaw, make a screwdriver head out of it, Mike. Dude, Greg, you're a MacGyver, I swear. Damn, I didn't even think about that. You know how close I was, how puckered up and everything? Like, I was this close to throwing the biggest hissy fit over here by myself. Because I had almost drilled that whole thing out and I couldn't get it out, and I thought I was going to mess up that housing and ruin the whole wrench and everything. And then you pop off with take a hacksaw and turn it into a screwdriver. God dang you, Greg. You're still smart sometimes. And I'm so dumb. Jared? Right, well, you got my number. God dang it. You guys are too good to me sometimes. Way, way too good. Take care. Look forward to the video. Yeah, Brent, I'll get it out. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. What's up? What's up, Rob? Pay it forward and just be a friend. Ah, you're awesome, man. And I will. I will. We'll, I have ideas now. It's just, it's really hard to to know who needs something and who just wants stuff. And that's my only worry is sometimes I would help people out that I see on other videos that ask for stuff, or I get in groups where guys you could tell they could use some equipment, but I would hate to send something that someone wouldn't use when then because the day after I do that I'll find a guy that desperately needs it and has no money. But Jared, if you don't end up letting me make this right, then I will definitely pay it forward. You have my word there. Good things come back to good people. Don't worry. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, yeah, it does. You're right. Yeah, Greg. Now Greg's just laughing because he knows he made me feel so dumb. Son of a gun. How you like that storybook, Greg? That was funny, wasn't it? Gonna do some climbing tomorrow. All right, Rob. Yeah, you get to use the bucket a lot, don't you? That'd be nice. I know that if you guys go back on my videos like 2 years ago, oh, that's probably 75% of my stuff was out of a 65-foot bill jacks. That was a time. I still want my say. Hey, you. Okay, okay. Hey, neat. Do you follow Buckin Billy Ray? Greg, you funny. The Rob. Hey, Rob, is the bucket not reach it? Kind of out of your range for tomorrow, or is it weather that's kind of holding you up? Storybook. Well, yeah, that was too funny. She definitely Debbie need to shave her beaver. I don't even remember the lady's name, but that was so funny. It was supposed to be like a children's book, and then like it was a children's book though. The more you think about it, but if you read it, yeah. I wish I could post it on here, but then everybody's gonna unsubscribe because they're gonna think I'm some weirdo. Greg doesn't hold it against me for having a horrible sense of humor. Not accessible at all. Even dry. Ooh, okay, right on. Oh, okay, Jared. Here, this is what I'm gonna do then. With mine, I don't know if you have any stickers from Buck and Billy Ray, but Buck and Billy Ray sent me some stickers. Which one you want? I'll put it in with your. You just tell me. I'll make sure I send it. Wish I had some merch. If I'd have known they were gonna jack me around, I'd have let them rip me off, and I'd have bought some more shirts so I had some around for good giveaways and stuff. But I did not know. But yeah, Jared, you tell me which one of them you want, and I'll put it in with your stuff. I'll make sure that you get a few slaps. And then what I'll do is I'll count up how many I have left, and we'll just do some giveaways. Uh, yeah, yeah, we'll do giveaways. No, I don't have any of his. The round one looks good. Cool. Right on. Yeah, he sent me. I don't know if you guys noticed. I was wearing his shirt. Usually, I wear some kind of a tree shirt for any of my live feeds. I don't know. I try my best to remember, and I think for the most part I do. But yeah, I had his Buck and Stock 2019 shirt. He got all excited and sent me a package. Well, he had a decal send me a package because he got because I kept hounding him about wearing suspenders with his saddle. He wears the Weaver saddle like I do. I know that it's a very, very comfortable saddle, but at the same time, I know how heavy and kind of bulky it can be. And the addition to the suspenders just relieve the hips completely. And as you get older, you don't realize that stuff if you're young. But as I got older, man, I wish I would have always had suspenders. I climb with no suspenders today, and I don't have an ass, so my pants about fell off me half the day, and yeah. But yeah, I'll get off top. Um, I talked Bucking into finally. I would tell him, "You got to get suspenders." Yep, yep, yep. Be kind. He said, "Be kind, but be kind." Like yeah, I just hounded him. And finally, he's like, "All right, I'll try him." And then after he tried him, he just was jumping up, clicking his heels together, and he felt like he owed me something. And I told him, "Hey, you don't owe me anything, man. I just wanted you to try something." It's hard to take advice from somebody that you don't know, especially when you know the saddle your whole life and you've never wore suspenders, and you don't need suspenders to get the job done. But doesn't mean it doesn't make it easier, and maybe you'll get an extra climb out of your life that you wouldn't have. But yeah, he was all stoked about it, so I thought that was cool. He went and sent me a package of some stickers, shirt. I think it was something else. I don't remember right now. Brian McGee. What's up, Stillborn? Hope you had a nice, safe day, man. Well, Brian, I had I had a nice day, but you'll have to go back in this to hear the BS that we went through today. It was a wild day, and I think you guys. I like to do things like this to be able to give you a little extra insight into my day because a lot of people don't follow me like on Instagram, which I don't do a ton on there, but I try to give like updates on what where we're doing, what the job is, where we're at, stuff like that. Sometimes I don't get before afters and all that, but it's always an extra look into it. So I kind of like doing these lives where I give a little bit of a teaser explanation of what happened, some extra details that weren't in there. And yeah, I think you guys end up liking it. I have a Bucking special. He inspired me to make my own. I went to town and Harbor Freight axe. It makes a great wedge maker. I do not have a Bucking special. I have a Greg Brown special, and it is the best axe I have ever owned in my life. Greg made me an axe, and it's just I love. It's a full size axe. I think maybe a 3.5 pound head, but it's a wedge banger, and it splits wood better than any axe I've ever owned. And I don't think it was meant to be a wood splitter, but man, it splits so good. But yeah, here's my little wedge banger, my little hatchet. I took a hatchet head and fit it onto a Scout handle, which was 28 inches at one point, which I think it would have actually been about that long. I broke it because that gap, it ended up being too thin there, so I just gave it a weak point. So I got it down in the actual head part and then set the flat top there. Yeah. Hard. Try to fit a hatchet head onto a regular axe handle. And I did it all with I did it all with this knife and that little thumbnail planer. So, as you can tell, I don't mind doing a little bit of extra work and taking my time to finish a project. So, that's that knife. That's a knife, ain't it? That's pretty nice. I got all kinds of weird little things over here. I think I have like a samurai sword right there too. That never comes down. Hang on, let me see. It may be a fake one. No, here's the fake one. Them wood ones, where it's a complete wood one, and then This should be a samurai sword. Yep. Yeah, I'll show you guys my shotgun too, that my father-in-law gave me. Anybody use guns? Have any guns? Do any shooting? Have a certain gun they like better than others? Are you a shotgun guy, a rifle guy, or woman? I don't even know if I've ever got this out. You guys make me do weird stuff sometimes. Yeah. Oh my. I need to chop something with that. I should cut something. Hey, Mr. A. Vinkin. Alright. What is your IG handle? It is Beuf Beckett. It's Beauf. That's Beauf. And then Beckett. Beckett. You should be able to type in Steelborn and it should pull me up. Because that's like the other name that I don't know how that works on there, but if you have another name you can go by and think it says Steelborn. I'm not totally for sure. After a long day of tree work, I roll up a fatty and blaze. Oh, you may be onto something there. I don't know. I don't know if I want to talk about that completely or not. Especially on here. A nice knife, bet you can shave with it. You know what? I probably could. But my luck, I take my whole face off. Oh yeah. Greg says, I got a shotgun Mossberg 88. Awesome, Brian. Wow, too cool. Yep, got all shotgun, rifles, pistols. I don't have any pistols. Like shooting all of all of them. I'm right on. I got it. Following. Miller Brothers make a great knife. Yeah, they do. Here, I'll show you guys these. Here. I don't know if we still got enough light over here. Kinda. Let's see if I step on this side. I may have. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. First, I got my old 22. As long as you guys promise not to tell anybody. I took some big game with this, and single shot. I would, yeah, I better shut up. But yeah, I use my 22 for a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's just my gun. It's got a Beeman scope on it, which probably isn't nothing fancy, but yeah, like I said, I'm not much on guns really, but I don't even know what kind of. You know what? I don't even here. Let me put it up here so you can see it. It's got squirrel guy right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Kind of see it there. See it better on this side. There it is. I think it's a Remington. I'm not 100% for sure. I don't even pay that close attention. I pick it up and I shoot with it. That's what I do. I don't do anything other than that. Like I should probably clean it and everything, but yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't do a lot with it. My shotgun. Like I said, my father-in-law gave it to me. It was brand new. Ah, man, my finger busted open again. Whatever. There. Let's get this thing out. Hang on, I'll get to the comments. Yeah, it has a longer. Yeah, it's a Smith and Wesson. It's a Smith and Wesson 20 gauge. It's what it is. Semi-automatic. See the engraving? It's a beautiful gun. I love it. Your Smith and Wesson label. Yeah, I was awful surprised. Like I said, I'm not a real big gun guy, but I was stoked to have that thing. Immediately took it out to my dad's. We shot for a while. For a shotgun, it's pretty on. But you guys sick and tired of me talking yet? Because I think I'm sick and tired of talking. I've showed you all stuff. I don't have anything. Like always, I got everything out, and you guys aren't gonna help me put it away. Name is usually on the. I looked on the barrel there. I'm pretty sure it's a Remington, but it's an old. It's somewhere on it. I don't know why I couldn't find it, but I didn't want to tell you something wrong. Looks like a Remington. Yep. Just in case of zombies, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I like my 22. I really do. It's probably my favorite. I've just, as a kid, I used one. My parents would get us guns. Yeah. If you live out in the country, you gotta have a 22. Shoot squirrels all day. Eat squirrel. I have a 16 gauge bolt action that was my granddad's. Oh, that sounds like an awesome shotgun, man. So nice. 16 gauge bolt action. That sounds awesome. I don't ever think I could get shells for it anymore. Yeah, you can have, they have, well, actually, you may have to special order cases, like empty cartridges, but you can have them made too and refilled and stuff. So as long as you can come across a case of them, you just keep the casing every time and have them remade, especially for older guns like that. What up? What shotgun is happening? Oh, son of a gun, Dan. Here, I'll show you. Let me show you one more time, Dan. Here's my 20 gauge Smith & Wesson that my father-in-law gave me. It was brand new. Check out the engraving. All the chrome on this stinking thing is just so much. It just seems so overly built with the engravings and the markings and yeah, it's so very touchy. A gun. Yeah. And I don't know any of you that are shotgun guys why it has this extra barrel. I do believe it to be for like skeet shooting, target practice, stuff like that. Pending proof test. Let's see if it says something over here. Nope. It does say mod. And then it gives the 20 gauge 2 3/4 chamber. This is PV. Oh, what the hell that is. Alright guys, I'm tired. I hate to get off here and just run off on you, but at the same time, I also want to go take these nasty ass clothes off and take my boots off and stuff. You squirrel hunt with a shotgun or bird hunt? Oh, with the shotgun? I deer hunt with a shotgun. So I've I haven't killed anything with that gun. I just got it. But yeah, if I go squirrel hunt, I use 22. If I hunt anything, for the most part, I use a 22 until I go deer hunting. Then I abide by all the rules and turkey too. Well, I'm you know me. I follow every rule. Love squirrel hunting with a 22. It is nothing better. Is it rifled? It could be. No, it does not look to be. Huh? From this view, it looks like I just got the handle of, or a barrel of a gun. Well, I do, but there's no gun, you know. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get off here because I gave you my attention before I gave my wife my attention, and she's probably gonna kill me right now. Let me finish. I'll catch up on these. Maybe for slugs, yeah, that too. I was kind of thinking that, or it was for the difference between skeet shooting and regular shooting because the barrel to get so hot. Maybe it'd be a different kind of metal or something. That was my thoughts on it. Later, Greg. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Yes, sir. Boots off. Go and relax. We can catch you later. Awesome, guys. Hey, like always, I appreciate the hell out of you guys giving me your time. Alright? I'm gonna go work on some footage for you guys. I'll talk to you later. Stay safe.